Welcome to the Real Estate Reserve Podcast with your hosts Jason Balin and Ian Horowitz.
Experienced investors. Investing in real estate is an ongoing learning curve as the markets change and as we just all grow our real estate portfolios. We've invited 21 industry experts to share their behind-the-scenes experiences related to their preferred real estate strategy. Hi, my name is Jason Balin from Hard Money Bankers, and I'm co-hosting this event with my friend Ian Horowitz from Equity Warehouse. This is completely a free and virtual event that's going to take place starting Monday, January 25th. All the interviews and all the speakers will be live throughout the week. We have asked them not to hold back anything, as we would like them to be completely transparent about why they love the real estate niche that they're in, tips and tricks that they concentrate inside their businesses, and things that have helped them become successful over the years. So this is the format. There's going to be 21 experts and speakers divided into 7 teams. Each team has 3 experts that concentrate on their particular real estate strategy. In a second, Ian's going to go through all of these speakers and introduce them all to us so we all fully know who they are. Now, I know a lot of real estate investors have been stuck at some point in their career. It could be related to finding good deals, finding capital, maybe managing contractors or tenants, etc. And you just don't know really where to go, or it just could be that you just don't love the current real estate strategy that you're in and you want to focus on potentially a different venture, different asset class, and that's okay too. Example, I know lots of folks that decided they wanted to move away from flipping into rental properties, or they wanted to stop wholesaling and get into flipping, or maybe they're into self-storage and they want to become a lender, or maybe they don't even want to own real estate anymore and they just want to concentrate on selling real estate to others. There's no right or wrong investment strategy, but by the end of this event, you should be able to define what real estate strategy is best for you, along with lots and lots and lots of expert advice from many other successful real estate experts on how you can continue to grow your own real estate portfolio. So Ian, let's go through each one of the teams right now. I know we start with flippers.
Yeah, so before I go through this, it'd be very easy for me to say, all of these guys are my friends. And rather than introduce everyone, say, this guy's a close friend. These are all close friends and acquaintances, either mine or Jason's, or we both mutually know. So we're really excited to have everyone on here. So the first team's Team Flippers. We have Steve Kavanaugh, Mike Webb, and Mike Schock. A little highlight about Steve Kavanaugh. He's been investing in real estate since 2007. He's done over $80 million in deals. He runs a really successful mastermind group that I'm sure he'll bring up inside of his Team Flippers. Mike Webb, the next one part of Team Flippers, he's a firefighter for Frederick County. He's doing real estate while holding a full-time job, and he's flipping properties every day. And Mike Schock, again, has been involved in real estate. He's worked for some of the big national gurus teaching. He does real estate locally, and really excited to have Mike on Team Flippers. Going down to our next team, we got Team Wholesalers, and this is usually a great spot that most people want to get involved in real estate, where you hear a lot about, I want to get involved in real estate with no money. This is a great way for those of you that are looking to get involved in real estate and learn and might not have a ton of capital to deploy. This is a great opportunity to check out Wholesalers. We have Mike Casey, Matt Fullerton, and Shane Boyer. Matt Fullerton from Chesapeake House Hunters. He's done, I think last year in 2019, he did $1 million in wholesale fees. Shane Boyer of Perry Hall Investment Group. He recently wholesaled us a 76-unit apartment building. And when most people think about wholesaling, they only think about single-family real estate. So Shane's going to give us some unique ideas and other asset classes that you can get involved in. And then finally, Mike Casey of the Casey Investment Group has done a ton of wholesales here locally in the Baltimore and DC area. And he's going to talk about some SEO marketing and online marketing that he's done over the past several years to continually to generate leads on a consistent basis and turn his wholesaling operation into an actual business. Next, and I'm sure Jason could probably do this category a little more justice, but we're going to do Team Lenders. And we have Scott Freitag, Chris Haddon, and Red Bean. I think it's only fair that Jason introduces Chris since he's his business partner. You want to introduce Chris?
Sure. Yeah. Well, the one reason why we decided to have multiple different lenders on here is because there's just like everything, right? Like there's niches and sub niches inside. So, we have you know, Chris is, I'll talk about Chris and then you talk about the other two, but Chris is my business partner at Hard Money Bankers. We've owned Hard Money Bankers since 2007. And, we lend real estate investors money to fix and flip houses, buy rentals, bridge loans on single families or commercial properties. So, since I'm moderating and hosting this, we felt Chris would be the best substitute to speak the hard money and why we love the business model and a lot of value that we can provide as hard money lenders to others.
Yep. And just so everybody knows, I've used all three of these lenders on here. And again, a lot of people here I've either bought houses off of or I've done deals with. We've borrowed money from Hard Money Bankers. Fun fact, Chris is dueling. He holds a BA in Spanish from Salisbury University. My man, Red Bean, over at Shore United, who's actually going to be a sponsor of this event. All proceeds, any sponsorships or anyone that wants to make donations, the money's going to go towards the Metro Burn Foundation, which is a charity near and dear to my heart, which we'll get into later. But either way, Redmond Bean from Shore United, he just recently refinanced 30-something properties for us. And they're local for all the real estate investors who are looking to do deals here locally. They're actively deploying capital in the market. Scott Freitag, who's been a big supporter since day one when we were doing our monthly meetings with Eastern Savings Bank. He's been in real estate lending for over 25 years. We've borrowed money from them also. They are very good and they're very creative in understanding what real estate investor needs are, whether you're super experienced or you're the brand new guy. I know when we were first getting started, we were nervous to talk to the commercial banks. And I wish I had met Scott earlier. But Scott is really good at walking you through whether you're new or super experienced. The next team we have is Team New Construction. It's an interesting asset class to bring on board because everyone says, well, isn't this the same as flipping? It is not even near the same as flipping. There's a lot more work that goes into this. And all three guys that we have on here do it in a different fashion. We have Jimmy Harris, Tim Kane, and Vernon Vaughn. Jimmy Harris from Blue Water Homes. He's local here, does a lot of development deals, a lot of infill type lots. He's done whole subdivisions. One thing that Jimmy's going to bring to us is he's going to discuss about the land development side of it, which a lot of people find very confusing in new construction. Tim Kane's been a real estate professional since 2012. He's flipped houses. He does super high-end constructions. He's down in the DC metro market. And he does a lot of new builds in the Northern Virginia area, a lot of luxury type homes. So it'll be interesting to hear from him. And then Vernon Vaughn, our man down out of DC, Capital Gateway Development. We recently had him on the show, but he does a lot of infill lots. So for those of you that see that vacant piece of grass amongst a bunch of houses, Vernon's going to talk about how you can find that lot and do infill development and what the advantages and disadvantages to infill versus creating subdivisions. My next favorite one, they're all my favorite because they're on here, right? But this one's kind of near and dear to my heart is Team Rental Properties, and this is how we've made our living. But we have Aaron Foster, Vadim Shapiro, and Sean Magner. Vadim has been involved in real estate since 2011. He's completed over 50 flips, owns and self-manages almost 50 rental units, some of them being single family, some of them being multifamily, and some of them being commercial. He's going to give us the whole gamut. The other thing is he likes to travel a lot. So we're going to hear about how he likes to travel and still do real estate and have his lifestyle. Aaron Foster has been a DC firefighter for over 21 years. He's been in real estate investing for 15 years. He's going to talk about the Airbnb stuff that he's doing. He's going to talk about the vacation type rentals that he has and all properties. Aaron's very good at finding unique properties. And I know Jason's lent money on some of them because they were super difficult to get done. And then finally, Sean Magner, who broke out into the scene around 2013. His first deal, I think he bought 10 houses, owner financed them on his very first deal. So it'll be interesting to hear what he has to say about taking that leap of faith and ultimately getting to where he is today to not having a W-2 job anymore. And he's gone back and forth, some consulting work or sometimes just being retired. So it'll be interesting to hear from Sean how he's expanded his business. Now we got team realtors, and everyone might be asking, well, why do we want realtors on here as an asset class? And I don't think a lot of people realize that having a good realtor on your team is really, really important. Or even better yet, if you don't want to have the headaches of dealing in real estate investing, you can provide massive value to real estate investors by being a good realtor. And the three that we bring on are very well versed in this. So we have Andrew Undum, RJ Breeden, and Jim Chivers. Andrew Undum of the Shore Group of Berkshire Hathaway was a top 100 real estate team in the country with over $150 million in sales. And he was named top video influencer by BombBomb in 2019 and 2020. And he's an avid golfer, so I'm sure we'll talk about some golf because me and Jay like to get out there and golf. And we got RJ Breeden, the president of the Breeding Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Sale. His dedicated teams, serves the Baltimore metro area and ranked by the Wall Street Journal Trends as one of the top 10 teams in the state of Maryland. It'll be real interesting to hear from Andrew and RJ what they see in the single family world, how it relates back to the flippers, and how they build a team and how they provided value to grow their teams. And then finally, we have Jim Chivers, who got involved in commercial real estate. It's a little bit different than a real estate agent. Jim's a commercial real estate broker. He works for Golden Company. They solely concentrate on commercial assets, whether it's leasing, purchasing. We've done several deals with him. And it'll be fun to talk to Jim and see how his similarities and his differences are between the single family and the investment world, which I think a lot of people will find very unique. And then finally, rounding out the last of the 7 teams is Team Self-Storage. And we have Mike Wagner, Terry Royce, and Ken Holmes. And what can I say about Mike Wagner other than he has the most beautiful hair that you will ever see? But either way, he got involved in self-storage. He is now teaching self-storage all across the country with a growing group. And I think he can show everybody how self-storage can provide a lifestyle a little bit different than rental real estate, a little bit than flipping, a little bit different than being a commercial real estate investor or broker, and how it can provide a streamlined lifestyle for you. Next, we got Terry Royce, he is really a very close friend of ours. Terry recently launched a self-storage playbook podcast. He was a successful wholesaler doing over, 600 wholesale deals since 2008. He had 31 rental properties. He sold it all to get into self-storage. So we'll be interested to hear what he's doing in self-storage and why it's creating a better lifestyle for him. And then finally, Ken Holmes out of South Carolina. And just to be clear, self-storage is the only asset class where we have people from out of state. Because it is an interesting asset class that allows you to do this. But Ken Holmes from South Carolina, he's been in real estate since 1995. He's flipped a bunch of houses. He's built houses. He's done it all. And he is also all in on self-storage. And he has a very unique viewpoint on debt and equity. And would love to hear from Ken on what he's going to talk about and how it can relate not just only to self-storage, but to anyone's business of the advantages of debt and equity. So
a few things to notice as with a lot of these speakers. A lot of them per group bring a lot of value. They're all experts individually, and they're not partners, right? One might say they're competition. But that being said, the whole point of real estate investing and investing in assets is, although it's an individualized sport, we all collaborate and we're all collective and we're all friendly because we all want to help each other. That's part of it. So I'm happy that all of these speakers come together and share their experiences without really holding anything back. Another thing to really notice is most real estate strategies, a lot of investors overlap into different strategies, right? A lot of these real estate agents own rental properties or might have flipped properties as well. A lot of these wholesalers might also flip and might also own rental properties. Same with the lenders, same with new, the group of new construction. A lot of people overlap, right? There's not one strategy you have to stick to. And keep in mind, what's one thing that all of them have in common, right? They all need to find deals, right? They all need to find opportunities. They all, for them, including the real estate agents, they have to find people to sell or buy houses with. Same thing with capital, maybe not the realtors, but all of these groups for the most part need to have access to capital and find capital. So a lot of them overlap, and a lot of the key principles that they're going to discuss go through those. So this event's on January 25th. It's going to be throughout the week, right? They're hour-long. It's all live, right? So you're going to be able to stream it on social media, be able to stream it from this website. We'll do it on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, things like that. But I think it's important to make sure you really tune into each one. You might not be interested in self-storage right now, but they're going to provide a lot of good knowledge about how they find deals, how they find capital, how they structure their business, how potentially they buy storage units in other areas, right? You might say, well, I've outgrown wholesaling. I'm just flipping. I don't need to know what wholesalers are. Well, that's shenanigans if you ask me, because these wholesalers are extremely successful and for the most part have done more transactions than, almost anybody. And to be a wholesaler, you need to understand how to find good deals. You need to understand how to find good buyers. You need to understand the construction process, right? So many of these things overlap. There's just a lot of skill sets, and the best real estate investors. And I'll tell you, as we were mixing and matching some of these groups, we weren't sure who to put in what group because some of them are big wholesalers and big flippers and big rental property owners, but they also overlap in other categories. So we've put them together that we felt, they're in a group to provide all of us the most value. And I think that's important. So I'd encourage everybody to make sure you tune in to all 7 of these live events, all 7 of these live streams that we're going to be doing, interviewing all of them, because if you're the type of person that says, oh, I know it all, I don't need to listen to this person, you're wrong. Things are changing. Strategies that used to work pre-COVID don't work anymore, and vice versa. Like, things are changing. Capital is different. Deals are different. Real estate agent strategies are different. So the good part about this is if you're a real estate investor, if you're a real estate agent, if you're a loan broker or a mortgage broker, if you've just ever had an interest, not even in real estate investing, but just real estate in general, chances are you're going to get a lot of value from multiple parties, multiple experts and speakers on this panel.
Yeah, and I think if anybody that's coming from the Real Estate Reserve podcast, where we broadcast every day, or if you're coming from somewhere else, you've heard us say it multiple times, is that these are all tools in your war chest. And if you made it this far in this video, that means you're interested in all these different asset classes. You might not want to invest in a certain type of asset class, but you truly need to understand it, because if something's happening over there, it might relate back to your market. Something else that we want to get into right before we leave, and again, this event is from January 25th to the 29th. If you guys get value out of this, or if you want to sponsor this event, check out the Metro Burn Foundation. For those of you who don't know, I'm a firefighter for Baltimore City, Aaron Foster for DC, and Mike Webb for Frederick County. Any proceeds that are raised through sponsorships or any donations, if you guys find value in this, all the proceeds are going to the Metro Burn Foundation. It helps firefighters when we get hurt, injured on the job, specifically when we get burned on the job. I had a close friend of mine who spent almost 6 months in the hospital, over 12 months of rehab. He got burned up saving somebody, had to jump out the window. And I can't say enough about what the Metro Burn Foundation did for him and his life and his career. He's back to work today. And had it not been for them, we wouldn't be where we are today. So again, it's a totally free event, but if you guys find value in this, please feel free to donate.
Exactly. So save this URL. It's reimadness.com, reimadness.com. All the videos and all the speakers will be streamed live through this website. We're also going to work to try to get it on our Facebook pages and our LinkedIn pages and our meetup site, Real Estate Investing Incubator Meetup, also on the Real Estate Reserve podcast pages and things like that. So again, completely free, completely virtual. It starts the week of January 25th. The schedule with all the speakers will be coming out soon. We'd encourage you to come. It'll be a good event. It'll be a good event. I'm sure most of you watching or listening have come to some of our events before or follow us on some of our podcasts, and we spend a lot of time and effort to helping real estate investors locally succeed. So, and again, because there was a lot of folks who reached out to us that wanted some sort of sponsorship, we decided that we are going to sponsor all the proceeds to the Metro Burn Foundation. Again, it doesn't cost you anything, but if you felt that you were provided value, feel free to donate. There's links throughout this page to do so. Okay. We hope to see y'all on January 25th. That's a Monday. It's going to be a great event. Looking forward to it.
Thanks for tuning in to the Real Estate Reserve podcast. Do us a favor, like, comment, and share our broadcast. It helps the algorithm and helps us spread the word too. Till next time, thank you for tuning in.